Hello grade 8 and good morning. I hope you are all fine and safe. We are going to check the exercises in your workbook concerning Chapter 3, Lesson 3, Machines. So workbook page 32-33. The first exercise, define simple machines. The answer is found on page 105. And simple machines are machines that do work using one movement. So these are simple machines. Number 2, differentiate simple machines. We have many machines. We have to write their description and how it makes work easier. And the answers are found on page 106 and 107. So the inclined plane, its description is a flat sloped surface, and how it makes work easier because it requires less force to move an object upward. So these are the description and how it makes work easier for the inclined plane. Now the screw, it's an inclined plane wrapped around a cylinder. It changes the direction of a force. Now the wedge, it's an inclined plane that moves. It also changes the direction of a force. The lever, it's a simple machine that pivots around a fixed point. It decreases the input force required by increasing the distance. Wheel and axle, it's a shaft attached to a wheel of a larger diameter, so both rotate together. It increases the output force. And finally, the pulley, a grooved wheel with a rope or cable wrapped around it. It changes the direction of a force. So these are the descriptions and how it makes the work easier of the 6 machines. Characterize complex machines. The answers are on page 107. So first, the definition of a complex machine. It's 2 or more simple machines working together. So whenever you mix 2 or more simple machines together, you will get a complex machine. Example, a bicycle. First, you have the pulley. There's a missing E in here. Turns the wheel. This is the first one. Wheel and axle, it's the front wheel. And lever, the pedals. So these are 3 simple machines combined together that gets you a bicycle. The bicycle is a complex machine made out of 2 or more simple machines working together. Generalize ways in which machines make work easier. The answer is on page 108. They make our work easier by changing the direction or the distance of a force. Now, characterize efficiency. The answer is on page 109. It is the ratio of output work to input work, and the equation is W out, which is the work out, over W in, which is the input work, times 100%. Newton's laws and simple machines. Evaluate Newton's 3 laws of motion in relation to using a hammer to pull a nail. And the answer is found on page 110. We have this situation and we are going to find how the 3 laws of Newton relate to this situation. So, the first law, unless a force is applied on an object, its motion will remain unchanged. So the nail was at rest. So basically it wasn't supposed to move, but the force of a hammer used as a lever to pull out a nail changes the nail's motion. So this is the first law of Newton. The second law, acceleration equals force divided by mass. So you can calculate the acceleration of a hammer accelerating in the direction of a hand, in the direction the hand is pulling it. And the third law, if one object applies a force on another object, the second object applies an equal and opposite force. So the force of a nail pulls back equally against the force of the hammer. This is action and reaction law. So because the hammer is applying a force on the nail will apply the same force on the hammer but in opposite direction. Now, summarize how work is made easier when you use a wheelbarrow to push a heavy load of gravel up a hill. Identify the machine that is not part of the wheelbarrow. So the hill is a ramp, which is an inclined plane. Rolling the load up the ramp is easier than lifting it straight up the same height, but the distance is increased. So in this case, I have more distance, but it's easier to roll the object than to lift it up. And that's it. Thank you very much, grade 8.